Hey everyone, how's it going today? It's me, the Alikat, Allison. I'm back, streaming 2 days in a row, because why not? I came out to both promote a bit more of the wonderful Swords and Sorcery Magazine Best of Volume 1 over at Backer Kit. We've cleared the 2,000 mark in under a week. We only have about 3,000 to go to get the whole thing to get funded. Hopefully we can do it. I'm pretty confident we will. And then from there, I'm going to be working on, actually, it's an old idea I've had for a while. I've called it Hopscotch. It's kind of a horror comic done with a very stylized art style. It's something I've messed around with for literally years. Trying to see if I can get kind of a feel for it. It's like a action horror in a way, I guess. It has you would definitely think of it as having a bit of a Stranger Things vibe, but I came up with the idea long before Stranger Things was a thing. But yeah, that was kind of the vibe though. If I'm going to compare it to something, I would say Stranger Things. Yeah, that kind of works. But anyway, let's show you kind of what I got going. I just have my roughy cover, and I just made a logo. I figured doing this stuff, I might as well just stream it. I mean, come on, what the hell? Let's kind of get out there and show some shit off. And boop-de-doo-boop. There we go. So yeah, as you can see, I have girl here, weird kind of things here, and kind of a double line thing going here. And I mean, I have been calling it playing in traffic. So, but yeah, so this is the roughy. As I said, it's very stylized, very quick line work. It'd be kind of a messy looking thing a bit. Be very very inspired by Edward Gorey and Scotty Young, because he has kind of that kind of a look to his style, and other things. But yeah, it's definitely me. In some ways, it's more me than the other stuff I do. Down there, this. Yeah, actually, I can go with 100% if I have that. So the black, yeah, it's not that it really matters that much, but yeah. Okay, so let's throw down some lines and see what we got. As I said, this is very, very loose, so. I first kind of came up with this idea after I saw the American version of The Ring, actually. Didn't really know what it was back then, but this character kind of goes back to there. I actually have a couple of sketches someplace of doodles I did of her when I was at work the day after seeing The Ring. It was a Saturday, too. That was in work, and that wasn't very usual at the time, but we were covering for something. I think we were getting ready to move offices or something, so I needed to be in there. And I was in there just kind of doodling in one of the rooms. And I was like, oh, okay then. I got paid overtime for it, so it's even better. Weird clicking sound. Don't know where that came from. Hey. So this is very different from my usual look that I do on stream typically, but I like it. One of these days I'll realize that I can use a symmetry tool to draw eyes, but today will not be that day. Nobody really watches these things on the replay. Kind of doubt it. I think my Dave Finch one people did, but he was on the show, so I've had him on a couple of times. Really need to get him on again. Dave, you're out there. Call me back. Where am I getting that clicking? I don't know. I keep hearing this clicking. Oh, one of the other big influences for the art style is Bill Watterson. I said my dreams when I was growing up, and I always drew, I painted, I did whatever, and I wanted to draw comic strips much more than I wanted to draw comic books. I didn't want to draw comic books until much later. I read comic books, but I always liked the strips better. I've actually almost gotten a strip published a couple of times. My Pandora series almost got published, and that was a kind of a modern magic humor strip thing. But yeah, I actually got through to the. It was like some contest that Amazon was running, and I actually got through to the semifinals or something. They were doing with King Syndicate. Yeah, so she's a kid, but definitely old enough to know better than to stand in the middle of traffic. So oh, I see you there. I see you. Yeah, trying to sneak by me. Yeah. I'm not going to grab Rocket just yet. He'll be around. And what's the plot for this and things? I got no idea. So this is just something I'm kind of doing right now just to get out there and get out of my head. I just had this scene in mind. And I want to kind of play with this kind of a, gory Watterson, young kind of arty look. So I gotta say, it was kind of fun just to blurt out fast lines. That just felt really good. Usually I use silhouettes a lot of the time when I'm building things, but this was just blah. and like kind of scribbly, and I kind of like that look a lot. You may notice I haven't added pupils. I'm not sure I'm going to because it's kind of disturbing. I mean, let's put it this way: little girls can be really scary. Little kids in horror movies are just terrifying, but there's something about little girls. If we just have it kind of, we just have like a thing on it, especially after The Ring. But like, what's the plot? I got no idea. Just had a scene in mind and like this kind of disturbing look to it, and that was about it. Right now, I'm just trying to find the lines in it. Add a little bit more than the chaos, because like when I doodled this in, what was that? That was something. That wasn't something I wanted to do. Now I got a calendar. Ah. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Wait, that's not what I wanted. Oh, wrong button. Yep, accept, that's fine. Okay, yep. Getting way over myself on certain things. Yep. Add an invite for a RPG I play in. 98% is good enough. I can take that off the charger. A bit out of the way. What do you want? Do you want attention? I think somebody needs to be seen. Somebody. There he is. Oh, he's moving away. He's like, nope. You cannot put me on the TV. He'll be back. I know this. He's a cat. Yeah, I have a bunch of reference art I was looking at with this, which was mainly, I'll admit, it's mainly Edward Gorey and Scotty Young. I have a few Calvin Hobbes pieces up just to kind of get an idea of what I wanted. I don't have any of them up right now, though. I'm doing that. This is just me going at it. I've worn enough of these that I can draw them in my sleep. The one thing I got to be careful about is, and this is my own kind of look. I've been heavily influenced by Bill Watterson a lot of my life, so this is me kind of taking all that and adding in a few other influences. But I got to make sure I don't like end up parrying myself, because that would be bad. Cats are up to something. No, I know this. They're breathing. And I just heard something in the other room, and Rocket went off to investigate. I'll admit, it's the anime fangirl in me that's giving her the loose socks. I I never wore those. When I was in Catholic school, I always had this the strict kind of knee highs that we had, or I wore nylons, nylon / pantyhose, so tights, that type of thing. Yeah, when I saw these, I was kind of like, those look cool. I kind of wish I had those when I was a girl. They also look warmer. During winter, it kind of sucks. I have a tendency of drawing these huge hands. I think I really want to go that big with it. I mean, hands are fun to draw, so. I was a little annoyed at myself today, though. I did miss the Sunday funnies this morning. I woke up and it was like 11:30, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I missed it. So I'm a little annoyed at myself that I want to be on it. The Tarzan stuff's been beautiful. God, we had a lot of people last week. I don't know if we, I don't know how many we had this week. I didn't look at the video yet. Not quite what I want. Yeah, I think that will work. Yeah, the other definite influence on me when I was in my younger years too was Jim Davis's art, because I always liked the like that kind of a bubbly style, the Bigfoot kind of style, or what the heck do they call them? It's like the it's like a tube style or something. They call it like I forget, but it's classic Disney kind of stuff, the cartoons of the 40s. Yeah, straight line tool, but I gotta rough roughy line. Actually, yeah, let's do that. Nope. There goes a weasel. So that's fine. Ah, they're eating. Classic schoolgirl shoe, the Mary Jane. I might have a lighting effect brush. I'll end up using something with this or whatnot. I'll do something to make it kind of pop a little bit more. I think that kind of gives the illusion of what I'm trying to do. And let's cut that back. I've debated on adding roadkill in here, but I decided against it. So, it could be kind of funny though. Alright, let's knock the roughy out. Now we have our lines. Yeah. Yep. There's my logo I made. I still got some work to do on it. Actually, something I might want to do. The bloody footprints. I want to knock back the opacity on them a little bit. Yeah, kind of want them a little ghostly. But yeah. Alright, let's go back into here. And let's see what we got going here. The other thing that actually also gave me a definite inspiration for this was the comic strip Leo. I have no idea if it's still running. I haven't read it in years. Can't even remember the author's name. It was a pantomime strip, and it featured the titular character Leo. It was kind of a macabre horror comic strip. I mean, it even had. I think it's one of the first strips into the daily papers for funny strips that had hookers in it. So I have to admit, that amused the hell out of me when I found that out. Like when I was reading it, I'm like, oh god, yeah, these are hookers. It was so funny. Hmm. No, I see you hiding back there. But that definitely inspired the look a bit too. Somebody just went out. Yeah, thanks, Jeff. Okay. So one of my thoughts with this is to try to have like the names of different story arcs after things that you know kids shouldn't do. Um, like this one's play in traffic. The next one might be talk to strangers, stuff like that. Actually, it's kind of that. And my other inspiration was well, books and movies like It. Um, It Follows is kind of, but not with the sexually transmitted entity. Um, but that feeling kind of dread. A great movie. Really enjoyed that. Looking forward to the sequel. Hopefully it'll be good. You did wait a while before making it, so I think there's a good chance it'll be something. It'll be something good. The other thing about this with the art is I'm trying not to be perfect. Like my usual way I draw, I'm very kind of elaborate with it. Like I want it to be a certain way, no matter what type of thing. So, yeah, I should probably take that out. No, I just realized something. I put that on all one layer together. I should probably have to redo that whole thing because I wasn't thinking. Usually put it on its own like background layer. Yeah, we're gonna redo that whole damn thing. Okay, let's. Should probably finish inking it. That was dumb. This one. Okay, let's redo this. Because I was silly. Okay. From 10 for that. If I essentially do this. What am I doing? Why am I even concerned with that? Even then, I'm going to probably back these out a little bit further. Okay. Do I have like a good scritchy scratchy brush I could use for this to kind of get more of the effect I want? Probably not there. What do we got here? Yeah, no, something thicker. Edge, maybe. Mm-hmm. Paintbrush. Nope. I need something thick. Yeah, that's more what I want. I watched an interesting video yesterday about a girl who was a CEO. Actually, she is a CEO, not was, but she's a CEO in Japan. She's 13. It's like she's going to junior high during the day, and then she goes and runs a business afterwards. She sells basically this interesting kind of clip-on earrings. I just thought it was really cool. And most teenagers are, or preteens around that. Oh, no, she's a teenager. Most teenagers about her age are probably not thinking about that. I mean, she doesn't do any after-school clubs or anything. She literally runs a business. And I guess it's pretty successful. I was very impressed by it. The things you find on YouTube, you're just kind of blopping around. I think it was a good idea to put that all on its own layer. Well, the kitties are asleep. Or at least faking it. That's probably Jeremy. Yeah, footsteps are heavier. Yeah, check my brushes, see if I got a Sumi brush, because this actually this could be done pretty well with that too. It kind of looks a bit Sumi, so. Okay. I'll probably noodle it a little bit more so I get like a feeling with it. Oops. That might have helped. All right, I think I'm going to call it here, guys. Been going about an hour. I think that's pretty good for a Sunday. Hopefully, be back to my normal streaming schedule of when I do it. Well, I mean, I have been trying to do it on Fridays in the afternoon, but we'll see what happens. All right, but yeah, thank you very much, everyone. If anyone please could give us a like and a follow. Actually, we'll do it the formal way. Say, I'm formally asking for. So yes, I'm formally asking for like, shares, follows, subscribes, and all the fun stuff. I'd definitely like to say thank you for watching, everybody. I hope everyone has a great rest of their weekend, good week ahead, all that fun stuff. And please, 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 if you could, please back my friend's book. I have it pinned in the comments. Should be down in the doobly-doo thing below. A link to it. We're trying to get this published. You'll get some great artwork from some amazing artists, including moi. Moi. Sound like Miss Piggy.